Hello, this is lesson 26, second grade worksheet, and the first thing we're doing is practice with coins. So it says draw coins to match each given price and make sure to use the simplest way. So when we look at number one, we want to get 67 cents and we have to draw our coins in order to show it, and we need to do it in the most simple way. So first, let's find out what coins we need to get 67. So like before in our other lessons or other worksheets, let's start off with the highest amount coin, which is the quarter. So we start with 25. So let's do it on the side here. So 25, that's one quarter. And let's add another quarter to it, which is 25 plus 25. And now 25 plus 25, 5 plus 5 equals 10. And then 2 plus 2 equals 4, plus this 1 equals 5, so now it's 50. So now if we try to add another quarter to it, we know that it will be over 67. So we are left with two quarters. So we're just at 2Q, and the Q stands for quarters. Okay, so now we're at 50 cents. Let's do our second highest, which is a dime. So let's add a dime and see how much we get. So it's 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 1 is 6. So we get 60. And if we add another dime here like this, it would go to 70, which is more than 67. So we are stuck with this. So that is one dime. So 1D. Okay, now that we're at 60, let's see. Our next highest is the nickel, which is worth 5 cents. Let's add 5. So 5 plus 0 equals 5. 6 plus nothing equals 6. So it's 65. And if we add another nickel, let's see what happens. We get 70, which is over 67. So once again, we can't do that. So we're just left with one nickel here. So we're stuck at one nickel. So 1N. So then now we're at 67. Now we're at 65 right now, and we need 67. So 67 minus 65. 7 minus 5 is 2, and then 6 minus 6 is 0, so we need 2 pennies, because we need 2. So now we have to draw this. So you guys are supposed to draw this, but for the sake of time right now, I'm just going to draw this. So I'm going to draw a quarter. You guys are drawing. I'm going to draw a Q in to show that these are quarters. Make sure to make these big so you know that they're quarters, because quarters are the biggest. And then dimes are about the same size as a penny, so we draw it pretty small. And then we just do it D. And then one nickel, which is the second biggest, so let's try a little bit smaller than the quarter, but bigger than the dime. Let's do that N. And now around the same size as the dime is the pennies, so it's two of them, so it's P and another P. So here we have two quarters, one dime, one nickel, and two pennies. Let's try number 3 here. So we need 45 cents here. So the fastest way we can do this, so start with the highest number, which is the quarter, which is 25 cents. If we add another one, we get 50, which is over 45. So we're stuck with one quarter for now. And let's see what else we can add to reach 45. So let's try our second highest, which is a dime. So plus 10. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 2 plus 1 equals 3, so it's 35. Let's see if we can add another dime here. So plus 10. 5 plus 0 equals 5. And then 3 plus 1 equals 4. And we have 45. So that was easy. So we know that we only needed one quarter. And we needed two dimes. So let's try to add a quarter. Make it the biggest. Add a Q to show that it's a quarter. And then for our dimes, let's do it pretty small. And then put D in the middle so we know that they are dimes. Next, let's do number 6 here. So we need 73 cents here. So once again, let's start with the quarters, 25. And let's try to add another one. So that's two quarters. And 25 is 50. Right? And let's see if we can add another quarter here. So 25, which is 5. And then 5 plus 2 equals 7. And it's 75, which is over 73. So we can only use two quarters here. Okay, and then so 2Q, so for two quarters. Let's try our next highest, which is the dime. So let's do plus 10. Plus 10, 0 plus 0 equals 0. 5 plus 1 equals 6, and it's 60. Let's add another dime. So 0 plus 0 equals 0. 6 plus 1 equals 7. And if we add another one if you start padding here, we'll add one more to the 7, which equals 8, and that would be 80, which would be over 73. So we can only do 2 dimes. Okay, now finally we need 3 more cents, and if we add a nickel here, which is 5, it would be 75, which is over this. So we can only use a penny, and since we're at 70 right now, right here, since we're at 70, we need 3 more, so that would just be 3 cents. So 3 pennies, sorry. So let's draw this out again. 2 big uh, coins, so add a Q, so that's a quarter. 2 small ones like this, and then 3 pennies like this. So let's write D in the middle, DD, and then 3 pennies, which is like this. Okay, let's try number 8 here. So we need to reach 56 cents here. So let's start with the quarters again. So 25 plus 25 equals 50. Right, so that's 2 quarters already. And if we try adding another 25 here, it would be 5 plus 0, which is 5. 5 plus 2, which is 7, which would be 75, which is over this amount, so we need to cut it down 1. So we're just stuck with the 2 cents we use, or the 2 quarters, sorry. This would be 2Q. Okay, and then we're at 50 right now, and we need 56, so let's try, if we do a dime, let's try a dime. So 0 plus 0 equals 0, and then 5 plus 1 equals 6. 60, which is over 56, so we cannot use a dime here. So let's try our next biggest one, which is a nickel, which is 5. So 50 plus 5 equals 55, which is less than this, so we can use it. But if we try using another one, let's see if we try using another nickel here. 5 plus 5 is 10, and then 5 plus 1 equals 6, which is 60, and it's over. So we can only use one nickel here. So let's write that down, 1 nickel, which is 1 N. And then finally, we're at 55. So we need 1 more cent, which is just 1 penny. So 1p. So let's draw it out again. 2 big coins, 1 medium-sized coin like this, and then 1 small coin. So we fill these in with Q because they're both quarters. This one's a nickel, so we write N, and then this is a P for penny. Let's do number 9. So we need to reach 33 cents. So let's try a quarter here. So 25, and then let's add another one. See if we can do it. So it's 50, which is over this amount. So we can only do one quarter here. So 1Q. And then if we try a dime here, let's do dime. So 25 plus 10 is 5, and then 2 plus 1 is 3, which is 35, which is over this amount. So we cannot use any dimes. So we're still stuck at 25. Okay, now let's try the nickel next. So 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Drag the 10 over to 2. Now it's 2 plus 1, which equals 3, and it's 30, which is less. So we can use a nickel. So sorry, 1N. Because if we use another one, that'd be 35, and which would be over. So now we're left at 30, and we need 33. So we just need 3 more cents, which is basically just 3 pennies, because a penny is only 1 cent. So let's draw this here. So big one is the quarter, and then the medium-sized one like this is a nickel, and then the small ones like this are the pennies. So it'll be P, P, and P. Let's do next page. So it's measurements. So it says choose the correct answer for each problem. So number 1, Billy's boots are 8 inches long. Evan's boots are 4 inches longer than Billy's, and Rose's boots are 3 inches longer than Billy's. Whose boots are 12 inches long? So first, we don't get the information about how long Evan's boots are or Rose's, but we know that it's 4 inches longer than Billy's, and we know that Billy's is 8 inches longer. So let's write 8 and then write B for Billy under it. So we know that that Billy has 8 inches boots that are 8 inches long. So in order to find Evan's, it says that the boots are 4 inches longer than Billy's. And since we know that Billy's is 8 and it's 4 inches longer, we do 8 plus 4. Now 8 plus 4 is 12. And then, so it's 12. And then Evan's boots is E. Sorry, give me a second here. Okay, so this is Evan's, which is 12. And then Rose's boots are 3 inches longer than Billy's. And Billy's is 8, so 8 plus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So then Rose's boots are 11 inches. So now that we have everyone's inches on their boots, we know that Billy's is 8 inches long, uh, Evan's is 12 inches long, and Rose's is 11. And we're looking for boots that are 12 inches long. So 12 inches right here would be E for Evan. So that'd be A. So Evan's boots. Let's skip number 2. Let's do 3. So George's pool is 6 feet deep. Jonathan's pool is 3 feet deeper than George's. And Adam's pool is 2 feet deeper than Jonathan's. How deep is Adam's pool? So just like before, it's not going to tell us how deep Jonathan's pool is or Adam's. So we know that George's pool is 6 feet, so let's do 6 and write G for George. And then Jonathan's pool is 3 feet deeper than George's, and George's is 6, so 6 plus 3. So 6 plus 3 equals 9. So we know that Jonathan's pool is 9 feet deep, so let's write J for Jonathan. And then Adam's pool is 2 feet deeper than Jonathan's, so we've just figured out that Jonathan's is 9. So we're going to add 2 to his. So 9 plus 2 is 11. And then now that's Adam's pool. So we write A for Adam. So it's asking how deep is Adam's pool. And right here we figured out that Adam's is 11 feet deep. So we choose B here. Next page, we're on word problems. So number 1, it says Nora loves to bake. She baked 42 teddy bears, or teddy bear cookies in total. 19 of the cookies have strawberry toppings and the rest have chocolate toppings. How many teddy bears have chocolate toppings? So she baked 42 in total, and 19 of them were strawberry cookies and the rest were chocolate. That means if we do 42 minus, which is the total, minus the 19, we would be left with the other ones, which are chocolate. So if we do 42 minus 19, we should get our answer here. So let's try doing 42 minus 9. So we can't do 2 minus 9 here. So we need to take 1 from this 4, make it a 3. Add a 10 to this 2, so it would become 12 now. So it's 12 minus 9. And 12 minus 9 equals 3 here. And then now it is 3 minus 1, these two numbers. So 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So now we have 23. So she has 23 teddy bear cookies that have chocolate toppings. Let's do number 2. In Mr. Brown's backyard, the oak tree is 14 feet tall, the cypress tree is 3 feet shorter than the oak tree, and the cedar tree is 8 feet taller than the cypress tree. So how tall is a cedar tree? So if we look here, the oak tree is 14 feet. So we just do O for oak tree, and it's 14 feet tall. And it says the cypress tree is 3 feet shorter than the oak. So it'll do 14 minus 3 because it's shorter. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And then we drag the 1 down, so it's 11. So cypress tree, so we write C for this. And the cedar tree, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's 8 feet taller than the cypress tree. So it's 8 taller than this one, which we just found out is 11. So we do 11 plus 8, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. Drag down the 1, which makes 19. So we now know that this tree is 19 feet tall. And these are both C, which is kind of confusing because they both start with C. So let's do CY for cypress and CE for cedar. So now we know that it is 19 feet tall. Let's skip number. Actually, no. Let's do number 3 here. So Jones and his friend Maria are flying kites. Jones' kite is 28 inches long. Maria's kite is 44 inches long. By how many inches is Jones' kite shorter than Maria's? So we know that Jones' kite is 20 inches long. So 28 for J. And Maria's kite is 44 inches long. So 44 for M. And it's asking by how many more inches is John's kite shorter than Maria's. So it's asking basically how much longer or bigger Maria's is than his, which would be 44 minus 28 to find how much more. So 4 minus 8, we can't do that, so we have to take away 1 from this 4, which makes it a 3. Add a 10 to this 4, which will make it 14. Now it is 14 minus 8, and 14 minus 8 is 6. Right? And now we're doing 3 minus 2 right here with our new number. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So we know that Jones' kite is 16 inches shorter than Marius. We're going to skip number 4, and that's it.